Dr. Van Gogh must have some aesthetically satisfying art sense. Ever looked at the starry night art and asked yourself, what the thing that the man thought himself while making that art? I found myself staring in front of the priceless Starry Night art at the Museum of Modern Art in New York. I'm 27 years old art student doing my doctorate in modern art. For my thesis purposes, I thought to give Van Gogh's painting a chance. I stood there for almost an hour in static until the museum security blew his whistle to intimate the visitors that the museum will be shut in a few moments. I hurried myself to take a picture of the original painting using my DSLR camera and exited the museum soon. For some reasons, the art I chose for my thesis purposes haunted my senses and controlled my steadiness. I had no idea how I got back to my apartment. For a clear cut idea, I live alone in a huge 3 bedroom apartment. Throughout my life, I live as an introvert, so I barely invited anyone to my home to protect that energy. After having a long day, I decided to take a shower and push myself in the bathroom. The painting was truly unsettling. I felt a strange attraction towards the dark blue sky of Van Gogh's art. The warm water from the shower tried to seek my attention. It went vain. My body acknowledged the water flow from my head to toe, but my mind was somewhere else, maybe in the other universe, hopping above the stars and the moon, floating in a dark blue sky. I stood there like a statue until I heard a buzzing sound from my phone. I turned off the shower and came out of the bathroom. I quickly changed into a night dress for a comfortable sleep. I had no energy left to proceed the day further. Before the sleep, I took a quick look at my phone. The buzz came from one of my colleagues. I had no energy left to answer his call. I put my phone in silent and threw myself in the bed. It was already past 11. I usually sleep within a few minutes after getting into the bed. But on that day, even though I was very tired, I struggled to sleep. I could not shut my eyes. I was staring at the ceiling blankly without any thoughts. After a few minutes of staring at the ceiling, I saw something was moving. It moved curvy, but I could not move. I had no other option other than watching the curves. In a sudden moment, the curves moved very fast and I dozed off. I felt a sharp pain in my chest and the shoulders, but I could not open my eyes. I still felt that something was moving curvy. I stood in a dark room with only one light that focusing on me. In the darkness, I saw something was moving like a curve. I was frozen in fear and had no other option other than standing there in fear. I was sweating insanely and looking at the moment of darkness. At all of a sudden, I saw a yellowish bright light popping randomly here and there. It was like something from the darkness opened its eyes and looking at me back. I was very terrified and tried to scream at that moment. At the beginning, it was one, and at all of a sudden, the light comes at every corner of the darkness. It was very bright, yellowish light. My eyes began to cry in pain. My heart was beating very fast, almost like it was about to explode. My legs and my whole body was trembling at that moment. The light that popped out of nowhere began to grow. It grows, until the moment I was unable to bear its light and shine. I tried to scream loud and then I heard a whistling sound out of nowhere. In a snap of second, the darkness vanished. The light vanished. I found myself standing in the museum in front of Van Gogh's masterpiece, trembling. The security guard was alarming the visitors about the closing time. I was perplexed looking at him. The museum is about to shut. The museum is about to shut, and I have to go back to my home. That scared me to the core.